officially official. The Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals are headed to the Super Bowl. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports All back at it with another video talking some NFL, here to talk about the NFC and AFC Championship games that we just witnessed and give you guys a little preview of the Super Bowl as well. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms, guys. I do talk a lot of football on this channel. You don't want to miss out. With that being said, let's get into it. All right, here we go. Let me just start by saying this. The Super Bowl has a lot to live up to, folks. All right, a lot to live up to, because these last 2 weeks of football have been incredible. Incredible. Every single game has gone down to the wire. It's been crazy, but insanely fun to watch. So, again, the Super Bowl has very, very high expectations between the Rams and Bengals. We'll see if it lives up to that. With that being said, let's start with the first game that we saw between the Chiefs and the Bengals, which was arguably the biggest upset of the entire NFL season. The Bengals beating the Chiefs. And I know the Bengals beat the Chiefs in the regular season, but folks, regular season and playoffs, completely different animals. And the fact here is the Bengals did it. They beat the Chiefs and they're headed to the Super Bowl. So how did they get it done? You know, a lot of people are going to point to Joe Burrow and the fact that, again, he led them back and he is the one that deserves the most credit for the Bengals comeback and victory. And I'm here to tell you, folks, Joe Burrow was solid. He was solid as they come. But this game, to me, felt more Kansas City blowing it and losing it than Cincinnati winning it. Let me explain, all right? The Chiefs were pretty much shut out in the second half. They didn't score. And credit to the Bengals defense, which a lot of people are not talking about. Everybody's talking about Joe Burrow. I get it. He's the quarterback. The quarterback is the most important position in football. So everybody wants to talk about Joe Burrow, who only in his second year is leading the Bengals to the Super Bowl. That's another story in itself that I could talk about in a separate video. Point being, the Bengals defense in the second half completely neutralized Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense, right? They got pressure on him and the Chiefs offensive line couldn't hold up. But here's the thing, folks. I feel like this Chiefs team, whenever they want, they can turn on and off that switch. And in the second half, they just couldn't turn it on, which is so weird to see because we hadn't seen that all season. I mean, there may have been a slump in the middle, right, where the Chiefs were struggling a little bit, where they were dealing with teams playing that cover too high shell defense, if you will. But for the most part here, folks, Patrick Mahomes and that Chiefs offense just absolutely choked in the second half and didn't show up. So to me, if the Chiefs were even remotely the Chiefs, even remotely, they win that game. And that's not to say, oh, the Bengals don't deserve to win. They absolutely deserve to win. I'm just letting you know that to me, it felt like it was more of the Chiefs blowing that game because, again, they played with the lead than it was the Bengals winning it. Again, at the end of the day, all that matters is the win-loss column, and the Bengals won that game. They're headed to the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes and company, they're headed home, sitting on the couch and watching it just like the rest of us. So to me, crazy, crazy outcome there because it looked like the Chiefs were in control the entire time. And in the second half, I don't know what happened, but they just couldn't get out of their own way. All right? So just want to give credit again to the Bengals defense. I want to give credit, obviously, to Joe Burrow, too, as well. And taking a look at, you know, the Chiefs, it's still crazy to me. But that last play of the first half may have been the momentum shifter. You remember the last play in the first half? They could have taken the field goal, right? And they would have gone up in that game. But instead, what did they do? Or else they were already up in that game. I mean, they could have gotten 3 more points in that game. What did they do? They go for it. Patrick Mahomes says, "No, let me get another shot." Andy Reid says, "Okay, cool." They throw like this pass to Tyreek Hill. He gets stopped before he's able to score. Time runs out, and boom, there you have it. There you have it. So obviously, we know the Bengals won by 3. If the Chiefs make that field goal, so it's crazy, folks. It's crazy, but yeah, that was a story to me in that game where I think the game kind of switched and the momentum went from the Chiefs to the Bengals. Was that last play of the first half, and then, you know, that's all she wrote at that point, folks. So let's talk about the Rams and the Niners. Right, so the Rams-Niners game, obviously fun as well. Came right down to the wire, 3-point game as well. But in this game, to me, man, Cooper bleeping Kupp. Cooper bleeping Kupp. To me, the story of the game, story of the season, really. I don't know what it is about Cooper Kupp, man. Obviously, we know he won the Triple Crown, right? Led the league in receiving yards, catches, and touchdown receptions, or receiving touchdowns. But when you watch Cooper Kupp, he doesn't look like he's the fastest receiver in the NFL, or the quickest receiver in the NFL, or the strongest receiver, or the biggest receiver. But somehow you blend all that together, and you get Cooper Kupp. Some brilliant catches, some back-breaking yards after the catch. And shout out to Odell Beckham Jr. Man, people thought OBJ was done. They thought OBJ is not the same guy. Injury prone. Man, when this guy is right and he's healthy, he is still elite. Over 100 yards for OBJ. So happy for him. And of course, so happy for one Matthew Stafford. Matt Stafford heading to the Super Bowl after not winning a single playoff game with the Detroit Lions. So happy for him. You got to feel for it. And I got to tell you right now, folks, Jared Goff, there's no way he makes some of those throws. There's just no way. So, to me, what was this game all about? What was the key difference here? And to me, it's the fact that, again, when it's a close game, you know, the Rams were able to put the football in Matthew Stafford's hands, and obviously they couldn't stop Cooper Kupp. The 49ers couldn't. And Jimmy Garoppolo, that last pass, you know, he just flicked it, and it looked like it was a bad throw. But again, the receiver couldn't catch it either. So that's Jimmy Garoppolo for you. You're right. So you know he's good in terms of being able to manage a game. But can he win you a game? He really can. And that was time to win a game. And we saw it again. Remember in the Super Bowl, overthrew Emmanuel Sanders. That's Jimmy Garoppolo. He can win you games. But is he elite? No, he's not. And that's the thing. The Rams have an elite quarterback, and the 49ers don't. They don't. So that's what it came down to, folks, because I got to tell you, this 49ers team, they made me nervous because the Rams were my pick to win the Super Bowl and to get to the Super Bowl. And obviously, they have to get there first to be able to win it. I was sweating the entire time. So credit to Kyle Shanahan and this 49ers team. But ultimately, I felt like they went away from Debo when they shouldn't have. And the fact is that even Sean McVay was playing kind of scared in this game. He was panic coaching with all these challenges and using the timeouts. So overall, you got Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and obviously Odell Beckham Jr. You got a chance. And that's what we saw there. So now we got the Rams versus the Bengals, folks. And look, full disclosure, the Rams were my pick to win the Super Bowl before the year started. You can go check the tape. And I'm going to stick by it. Obviously, there's no surprise there. I just think they're the better team. I'll have an in-depth breakdown of that in another video. But I'm just excited to watch it. It should be fun to watch. And Joe Burrow, man, getting the Bengals to the Super Bowl in his second year. Insane, insane. Should be fun to watch, folks. Let me know your thoughts down below as always.